Jack Stone's hand shook as he gripped the faded envelope, not from the chill of the Montana wind whistling through his cabin, but from a ghost rising from the past. The postmark was from Seattle, and the handwriting belonged to a man long buried, Bill Harlan, the only outsider who'd ever treated him like family, seeing past his Cherokee roots and towering frame to the man beneath. At 6 feet 10 inches, Jack had learned early that size made folks wary, especially in a place like Pine Creek where old prejudices lingered like smoke from a wildfire. The letter's words burned into his mind. "She's coming, Jack. My niece is from Chicago. She's got the map. Keep her safe." I showed her how to read the land, but not the hearts of men. Through the frosted window, Jack watched the Greyhound bus pull into the dusty lot outside the Rusty Nail Diner. A woman stepped off, city coat buttoned tight against the mountain air, carrying a worn briefcase like it held her whole world. Her eyes scanned the town with that mix of curiosity and grit that got Easterners in trouble out here. What happens when a vow to a dead friend crashes into a stranger's ambition? Jack was about to find out. Her name was Sarah Ellis, and she strode into the diner like she owned the place, drawing stares from ranchers nursing black coffee and truckers on their hulls. The air smelled of grease and fresh pie, but tension thickened as heads turned. Jack didn't glance up from the engine part he was tinkering with at the back booth, ran the local auto shop, fixing rigs for folks who barely tolerated his Indian blood. But when her voice cut through the murmur, asking for Jack Stone, he set down his wrench and turned. She was petite but fierce, with auburn hair framing a face that spoke of boardrooms and books, not backcountry trails. Their eyes locked, and the room went quiet. "You're the niece," he rumbled, his voice like gravel under tires. Sarah nodded, clutching her briefcase. "Uncle Bill said you'd help. He owed you his life, pulled you out of that logging accident years back. Now I need yours." She pulled out the map, yellowed and marked with symbols that made Jack's blood run cold. Ancient Cherokee runes blended with old miners' codes and precise grid lines in Bill's steady hand. This wasn't a path to buried silver or a lost claim sit led to something sacred. The hidden caves of his ancestors, sealed since the forced marches of the 1800s. Artifacts that could rewrite history or destroy what little remained of his people's legacy. But Sarah's eyes pleaded, "It's for the kids. I want to build a community center in the inner city, teach them skills to break the cycle." Uncle Bill said, "This leads to treasure that could fund it all." Jack's jaw clenched. Promises out here were ironclad, but so was blood. "It ain't that simple," he muttered, but the debt to Bill Harlan gnawed at him. That night, as snow dusted the pines, Jack stared at his ceiling, the map's secrets twisting in his gut. Sarah's light burned late in the motel across the street. She was probably poring over survival guides, oblivious to the storm brewing. Come dawn, with frost cracking underfoot, Jack found her struggling to hitch a trailer to an old Jeep behind the motel. She'd swapped her coat for a flannel and boots, but they screamed newbie. The way the shirt clung to her curves made his pulse quicken. He'd seen plenty of women, but none with her fire. "Vehicle knows you're green," he said, stepping in slowly. Sarah spun, hair whipping in the wind, a drop of sweat tracing her collarbone. "I'm not green. I'm prepared. Books say preparation beats fear." Jack almost smirked. Teaching her to drive off-road was like wrangling a Mustang. Frustrating, exhilarating. She gripped the wheel like it was a lifeline, but when she nailed a rocky incline without flipping, her laugh echoed through the canyon, cracking something in his chest he'd long thought unbreakable. As they bounced toward Eagle Ridge, Sarah probed, "Tell me about Uncle Bill." Jack gripped the dashboard, memories flooding. "Found me pinned under a fallen tree after a storm. Could have left Mephics like him don't mix with folks like me. Instead, he taught me engines, showed me a man's worth ain't in his heritage. What did Jack teach Bill? How to respect the land, not conquer it. The first real gut punch came at Thunder Pass, where a sudden mudslide turned a stream into a raging beast. Jack eyed the froth, calculating risks. Sarah, book-smart as ever, chimed in, "Too deep here, but crossable upstream." He waded in, offering his hand. She took it, her grip firm yet soft. Midway, the current yanked her. Jack's arms snaked around her waist, hauling her close. For a split second, pressed against his solid frame, time froze, water cascading, hearts pounding. Then they stumbled to the bank, laughing amid the muck. "I look like a drowned rat," she gasped. "Rats don't shine like you," he replied, the words slipping out raw. That night, by a crackling fire under a star-studded sky, Sarah pressed, "What's the map hiding, Jack?" He stirred the embers, flames dancing on her face, beautiful, vulnerable. "Ain't silver. It's caves with my people's relics, pottery, tools, stories carved in stone. Worth millions to collectors, everything to us." Sarah's mind raced, implications hitting hard. "You think I'd steal from your ancestors?" Jack met her gaze. "Bill trusted you to do right, even if it hurts." But doubt festered, cowled she, with her city dreams. Understand sacred ground? They hit Major Vance's camp at daybreak, smoke curling from tents. Through binoculars, Jack spotted 4 armed men. Vance, his old Army CO, a relic of the Gulf War era who saw natives as obstacles. "Who's that?" Sarah whispered, her breath warm on his ear. "Ghost from hell. Quit the scouts when he ordered me to betray my own kin." Vance's voice boomed as they approached. "Miss Ellis, you're rolling with trouble." Sarah straightened. "The trouble's you, sir." Vance sneered. "That half-breed cost me promotions. Now hand over the map to that Cherokee gold your uncle raved about." Tension snapped like a taut wire. Jack's hand twitched toward his knife, but Sarah's touch steadied him. "Assume we haven't found it," she bluffed, holding up a fake Kia carved stone from her pack. It was genius, buying time as clouds darkened. In the ensuing hailstorm, they bolted, Vance's curses fading behind. The true caves hid in a narrow gorge, walls etched with petroglyphs of stars and spirits. "Incredible," Sarah breathed, tracing lines. "It's an astronomical calendar and a puzzle." Together, her math was brain unlocked alignments. His lore filled the gaps. The chamber groaned open, revealing artifacts, beaded necklaces, arrowheads, woven basket secos of a lost world. Then Vance burst in, hands off. The rifle was aimed at Jack. "This pays my debts." Sarah stepped between them, defiant. "These aren't yours or mine. They belong to the people who guarded them." Her stand ignited fury. Vance's men advanced, debates raging in Jack's mind about trust, betrayal. Chaos erupted as Sarah, spotting unstable rocks, triggered a controlled slide with a well-placed shove. Stones tumbled, pinning Vance's crew but sparing the chamber. They fled with a few small pieces, sealing the rest. Vance escaped battered, vowing revenge, but the wilderness swallowed him. 3 nights later, by another fire, embers low, Jack broke. "I could drop you at the bus stop. Forget this mess." Sarah polished a retrieved bracelet. "Uncle Bill sent me to find who I am, and I am someone who chooses heart over gold. Home's not Chicago, it's you, seeing me true." The words shattered his walls. He looked at her for lit strength, earned scars, and pulled her close. "I'm no bridge, Sarah. Cherokee scout with a record. No fit for your world." "Then we build ours," she whispered. Their kiss sealed it, fierce and inevitable. 6 months on, the community center rose on Pine Creek's edgy a beacon. Sarah used a hidden Orvain's proceeds to fund it. Jack built with sweat and skill. Kids from reservations, ranches, and trailers learned together. Coding, tracking, history without bias. One afternoon, little Tommy Rivers, age 9, tugged Jack's sleeve. "This bow's too beegee, can't pull it." Jack knelt. "Grow into it, kid. But try anyway." Years passed. Tales morphed. Some said they found Confederate gold, others spirit treasures. But the kids knew the truth in Jack's softened gaze at Sarah's laugh, her stride beside him. The land tested them, stripping illusions, forging unbreakable bonds. In the end, they proved love conquers divides, heritage endures through sharing, and courage turns too big into triumph. What do you think about the choices Jack and Sarah made? Should sacred artifacts ever be disturbed, even for a good cause? Share your stance in the comments below. Let's debate and hear your views.